Malrang hovering in the shadows.
No flash. Jankos has ult. Needs to be careful. He's done this mistake before.
But look at the team. Owen is on the way.
Can you afford to step in? Malrang ready to get the pin. He's going to get it! They tried to block it, but you can't do it.
The heels!
Here comes the Soraka! And here comes Rogue! Backup is there. Malrang will finally fall. Broken blade. Looking to make the difference. Looking to be the one that counts in this fight. Trying to take him down, but no. Not today, says the Kalista. And back in he goes! What a masterclass in team fighting from Rogue! They are obliterating G2!
And G2 are wiped off the map! They're looking for something. The rest of the team is starting to collapse into mid lane. Comp will now make himself known. Oh, the spell shield. Charm. Oh, caps!
Flag drag goes golden. They got the stopwatch out, so crucial. But now G2 looking to turn it back. Malrang has the overstay. Larssen on the way in, moving in with the cataclysm. It's massive. The flag and drag. G2 are routed in the third game. Rogue are out for blood. They will not be denied.
Rogue, that was unbelievable.
Odoamne and Trymbi, the special agents.
Yeah,
here comes the turret.
Yeah, in goes Trymbi. That is the quickness getting one onto Mark. Oh my God! He's an absolute god. They'll tidy up the fight. Rogue now looking to close this one out.
In the summer of 2022, Rogue surprised the world by defeating G2 3-0 in the LEC Grand Finals. They would become Europe's #1 seed at Worlds, and they made it out of the group stage in the same group as Top Esports and eventual tournament winners DRX. But just 2 years later in 2024, Rogue is by far the worst team in the LEC, with incredibly passive and confusing plays. Rogue was even rumored to sell their LEC spot, which is not surprising to most fans given their poor performance this year. So what happened? What made Rogue so good in 2022, yet so terrible in 2024, despite keeping their two carries, Larssen and Comp? In this video, I will analyze the plays from Rogue that made them the only team to not have made playoffs this year. For the entire year, Rogue has been mocked for their incredibly passive play, which we shall examine here. For our first clip, Rogue and BDS are preparing to fight a dragon, and Larssen has Quirky packaged prior to his rework. Both teams are dancing a dragon, and Zoelys pops Labrov's Alistar ult very early on. And naturally, Rogue wants to retreat and wait for the ult to expire. Rogue remains disciplined while Larssen pokes with Quirky rockets, and he gets decent poke onto Nuke and Ice. But with Quirky package, Jarvan ult, and Kalista ult, it is ironically not Rogue that starts a fight, but instead, it is Labrov, who just used Alistar ult, who has a guts to go in. And he gets an Alistar flash knockup combo, followed by Orianna ult, and Xinjiao knockup to delete Larssen. And with how passively Rogue played, it's sad to see Comp use Kalista ult and Segenda use Ghost to get to safety. In this dragon fight, Vitality are on sole point, but Rogue are passively keeping their distance from Vitality and let them start dragging. Segenda TP's mid to join his team, and only now do Rogue realize how criminally late they are to dragon. But Photon uses Pensante ult to prevent Markoon from stealing dragon. With a single ability, Rogue's entire plan crumbles and they leave with nothing. In this dragon fight against GX, Rogue show that they are incapable of adapting to their opponents. GX has complete control of the river and the choke that Rogue wants to enter from, but Rogue doesn't change anything, and they insist on gaining control of the choke while eating Ash Volley and Maokai saplings. GX continues to zone Rogue while taking dragon, and Rogue seem paralyzed and don't know what to do. And when Rogue finally enters the river, GX is ready to punish them. Ignore has been hiding this whole time, and he finally punishes Zoelys. GX all focus Zoelys, with Odoamne jumping in with Neganar, and Peach using Twisted Advance. Then, Odoamne gets a massive stun combo onto Comp and Segenda, and Jackus flies in to finish them off. This whole fight, Rogue passively agreed to GX's teamfight setup, and were punished by the choke. In this game against Vitality, Rogue are starting Baron while both top laners are bot. but when Rogue feel threatened, they decide to pull off Baron and retreat. Never do they think about engaging onto Carzzy with Ashe ult and Azir Shuffle. Instead, they are in full retreat mode, and Comp eats a Ziggs ult and Leona ult in reply. Vitality then put their feet on the gas, and they attempt to cut off Rogue. Vitality chunks a few Rogue members despite having Kentuck Soul, and this extremely passive play from Rogue forfeits Baron to Vitality. Oftentimes, however, Rogue would step up and challenge themselves to make aggressive plays on the map. But this would usually backfire since their opponents know how to respond and counter them. As a result, most of Rogue's plays this year felt clueless and short-sighted. A classic clueless play is to flip Baron. In this game against Karmine Corp, Rogue have a small gold lead and complete vision of Baron. But they make no attempt to punish KC from regaining vision. And when Baron gets low, Closer jumps into the Baron pit while dodging Ashe and Braum ult. And amongst the chaos, Vladdy secures Baron for KC, which allows them to come back into the game. And in this Baron play against BDS, Labrov is down, leaving Rogue in an advantageous 5v4. The Rogue are so tunneled on finishing Baron that they let BDS surround them and prevent them from escaping. Sheo jumps on Zoelys, and with Xin Zhao ult, Sheo is able to get to safety. This is enough pressure from BDS to get Rogue off of Baron, and they are forced to retreat upwards since BDS have guarded their exits. With full HP, Adam and Ice look to pick off the limping and cornered 5 Rogue members. Adam stares menacingly at Rogue, and he kills Segenda with Garen ult and Ignite. And while Ice falls, BDS gets 3 kills for 1 in what started as a 4v5. In this match against Fnatic, Rogue are first to Dragon and have complete river control, but as they start it, Fnatic is quickly getting into position for a big team fight. All at once, Razork and Oscar make space for Noah, Jun is looking for an engage, and Humanoid is casting Weaver's Wall. The wall traps Rogue and combos beautifully with Jun's Magnet Storm, while Humanoid joins Noah to DPS Finn. Razork then peels for Fnatic, allowing Humanoid and Noah to quickly kill Rogue's frontline. Jun sacrifices himself in the process, but this engage from Fnatic cleanly wins them the fight in Infernal Soul. If Rogue's play felt clueless to you at this dragon fight, how about when Rogue is fighting at Elder Dragon? Well, in this fight, Carzzy is split pushing top as Twisted Fate, and Rogue started Elder without thinking twice. But once again, Rogue are slowly being cornered. Video gets a big flick onto Comp that knocks him out of the Dragon Pit. So Zoelys is then forced to flash devour Comp to save him. Even though Rogue gets Elder, they lose the fight due to being surrounded from all sides and losing their AD carry instantly. And when Rogue tries to employ a flank setup, they are oftentimes not on the same page. In this fight, Rogue looks to punish Fnatic with a flank setup, but Finn gets caught. His team is so far, and Dragon hasn't even been started yet, so he has no business being so close to Fnatic. And after Finn dies, the rest of Rogue try to bait Fnatic to face check Baron by denying vision. But with Oscar solo face checking, and with the rest of his teammates nearby, Fnatic has the perfect response to safely check Baron. In seeing that Rogue is clumped, Jun gets a 4-man Rel engage, and Humanoid flies in to get 3 kills. Despite being criticized for being passive, Rogue does look for plays, but they often don't go well, resulting in greater hesitancy to take risks. Zoelys and Markoon are usually on initiator champions like Nautilus and Sejuani, but their decision making is often questionable. In this skirmish against Team Heretics, Zoelys looks for a hook onto Flakked, but Flakked dashes to safety and he hooks Trymbi instead. Zoelys instantly regrets his decision, but it's too late. Trymbi responds with Rel Crashdown and Madness Storm, and Larssen is caught trying to follow up. This single decision costs 2 lives for Rogue. Later the same game, Zoelys hooks Trymbi again, but Zweiru punishes this hook with a Talia flick, and Zoelys gets popped instantly. In this match against BDS, Rogue are starting Baron, with Finn flanking on Gragas. Once BDS initiate with Nape ult, Finn begins to counter the initiation with his flank. Markoon flashes and knocks up Ice, and Finn gets a nice flash body slam. But both Finn and Markoon blunder their ultimates, and they knock Ice against a wall instead of towards Rogue, allowing Ice to flash to safety. The rest of the fight is very close, but BDS come out on top with the help of Baron debuffs. As Rogue retreats, Nuke gets a kill onto Markoon, and Labrov hooks Finn for an easy kill. Another example of poor engages is in this match against KC. Both teams are ARAMing, and while Markoon and Larssen are nowhere close, Zoelys jumps forward with Braum W to make contact with Closer. Comp also throws Ashwolt, but it stuns Targamas, and so far, all of Rogue's engage attempts have been thwarted by KC's tanks. And KC easily identify Markoon and Larssen coming from different angles, and they are kited very well by Azir ult, and Camille peeling away Rek'Sai. This engage from Rogue is very one-dimensional, and KC play this front-to-back cleanly with Flatty and upset DPSing while staying safe. And after Markoon and Larssen fall, KC continue to chase Rogue and get kills onto Zoelys and Finn. In this jungle fight against Fnatic, Zoelys hooks and ults Razork, but Markoon misses his Nidalee Spear on a CC target. And now, Zoelys has overextended, and Jun punishes Rogue with a nasty Rel re-engage that kills Zoelys and Larssen as well. Fnatic then proceeds to get a free Baron. Rogue also made serious blunders when tower diving. In this game against BDS, BDS have pushed out bot and are taking Dragon, while Rogue respond by diving top. Larssen even TPs to all in on the dive. But before the wave crashes, Zoelys already threw out Solar Flare and misses Adam. Rogue are so slow at preparing for the dive that Labrov has already arrived top, and Nuke is TPing to counter it. And once reinforcements arrive, Rogue don't know what to do, and Labrov punishes Rogue with a great Rel engage. And in this bot dive against Mad Lion's Koi, Markoon doesn't charge up his Q on Xin Zhao before starting the dive, which is commonly seen for an instant flash knockup. And when Markoon starts the dive, he is rooted by Jinx traps, and Supa even flashes away from the Xin Zhao W. Markoon then falls, and Comp and Zoelys are forced to flash to safety. But with red buff and full HP, Alvaro chases them down and MDK gets a 3 for none in this failed bot dive. Here are some of the most shocking blunders from Rogue that you never see from any other team. These moments mark a total collapse in their mental.
Just let him take it.
Just keep him here. Let Larssen do work in a side lane.
Menacing. Send them a threatening
I mean, he also has the TP anyway. Does he have a good ward to TP to? Not really.
To whom it may concern. Markoon goes in, fear beyond death going onto him as well. He's pulled back by Cabochard, is looking for the fear only onto Zoelys. Larssen continues to split push. The Drake secured by Carmine Core. They get a kill, but they lose an inhibitor for it.
So Markoon didn't need to do that. He just walked into a brush that he did not have control over, and he gets punished for it.
But now, Sheo down to about half HP. Adam looking for the flank. Labrov trying to get the engagement isn't going wide. Markoon has no mana here, though. Even though he's able to dodge away from the seismic shock, he's going to have to retreat to the safety of the fountain as Zoelys goes in and BDS collapse on him immediately.
The Antonio. A difficult play to make, but he finds the angle. He gets that pick onto Comp. Now the Baron is half HP.
Confidence in the moment. Finn on the flank. They will spot him as he starts to walk in. Do they turn or they focus the objective? For now, the answer is focus the objective. The Antonio peeling for the rest of his team. Finn trying to get into the backline, desperate to kill these carries, but he's just getting shredded. His entire gold lead deleted. GX in the blink of an eye, ahead in this game. They've evened up the gold. They've taken Finn down a notch.
But they're just gonna go somewhere else. They're just taking their time. He just drifts it. He's ready for this eventuality. He misses completely!
Oh,
God! No!
The ulti goes down. He's now on the backside of the fight. He's laughing in the chat, and Mirwin gives his life. That was bad. That was everything about that was bad. Well, we're all gonna take a breath, and we're just gonna reset.
Look, he's just used to riding boards.
On the last day of the summer split, Rogue faced MDK not once, but twice, and they lost both games due to their poor decision-making and clean aggression from MDK. We may not see Rogue if they sell their franchise spot, but we will never forget the Rogue that defied all expectations and won an LEC title. What do you think led to Rogue never making a single playoffs this year? On the other hand, what do you think made them so good in 2022? Let me know in the comments. If you like analytical content like this, please hit the like and subscribe button for more. Take care and see you in the next video.